Terraform CLI Workflow. Terraform does not run a pipeline. It walks a loop. Each step answers a different question. Not what should I type next, but what do I know now? Init, plan, apply, destroy. These are not actions. They are phases of reasoning. Understanding the workflow means understanding what Terraform believes at each moment. Before Terraform can change anything, it must know who it is talking to and what language is allowed. This is not execution. This is identity discovery. Terraform must learn which providers exist and which versions define reality. No identity, no reasoning, no graph. Init does not look at resources. It looks at contracts, provider contracts, back-end contracts, module boundaries. Terraform is not preparing to build. It is preparing to interpret. If interpretation is wrong, every later decision is wrong. This block declares who is allowed to speak, not what will be created. Terraform infers a specific interpreter exists. Its rules are bounded. Nothing here implies action, only permission to reason. Plan does not act. Plan observes. It compares three identities: declared intent, recorded state, observed reality. The output is not a command. It is a hypothesis. Terraform is asking, if I were to act, what would change? This block is not an instruction. It is an identity declaration. Terraform infers it has a stable address, it participates in the graph, no timing, no order, no execution, only intent. During plan, Terraform assembles relationships, not sequences. Dependencies flow from references, not from file order. If identity A depends on identity B, Terraform discovers that B must be known first. This order is not declared by the user. It is inferred by the reasoning engine. Apply is not planning again. It is commitment. Terraform takes the hypothesis and binds it to reality. Provider decisions are finalized. State is updated. Apply is where intent becomes history. This block already existed during plan. Apply does not reinterpret, it confirms. The identity now has a real counterpart. The graph node is no longer hypothetical. State records what now exists, not how it was created. Destroy is not reversal. It is another plan. Same reasoning engine, same dependency graph. Only the desired end state changes. If creation had order, removal must respect it. Most errors come from mixing phases mentally. Init errors are environmental. credentials, reachability, interpreter availability. Plan errors are logical, contradictions, invalid relationships, impossible graphs. Apply errors are physical or external, API failures, quota limits, reality refusing the plan. Terraform is not inconsistent. The failure simply belongs to a different phase of reasoning. Init defines who can speak. Plan defines what would change. Apply defines what did change. Destroy defines what must be removed. Then the loop begins again. The workflow is not a ladder. It is a cycle of belief. Terraform is a reasoning engine. The CLI workflow marks stages of understanding, not steps to follow. When you respect the phases, Terraform stays predictable. When you blur them, confusion feels like randomness.